If he deserved it, it wouldn't be mercy. Most Catholics, we have an abog's notion. Let's be honest, folks. We have an abog's notion how salvation works. We're like, well, I go to church, maybe. And it's important to know, like, is that enough? Will that work? Karma. You know, everyone's like, oh my gosh, karma. So cool. Yeah, I totally believe in karma. That's awesome. Guys, if it's based on karma, we're all done for. Karma is horrific. Okay? Karma is horrific. Based on karma, I'm going to hell. Now, most people who practice and believe in karma were like, no, they probably, I don't know if they even believe in a hell. But you see, there is a thing of like, because God is perfectly holy, God deserves perfection. For me to fail in giving God his due is not just like, I offended Mrs. Smith down the road. It's like, no, that is something infinite because God is worthy of infinite. So I fall short constantly of what God is worthy of. And that's just in like giving him good stuff. Then there's sin. Yeah, so anyway, back to, okay, justice, mercy. What's the difference? Why am I being so like extreme about this? And then we can go into some of those details maybe and just kind of looking at why we really need mercy. There's a story told about Napoleon. This mother had a single son, only son, during Napoleonic wars and all that crack. And the son, because wanted to get back to the mother and jumped out of the army without permission, got court-martialed, punishment to death. The mum hears about this. She goes to Napoleon and she gets an audience with Napoleon and she begs him, falls on her knees and begs him, please have mercy on my son. He's my only son. My husband's dead. He's all I have in the world. Please have mercy. And Napoleon apparently said to her, mercy. He does not deserve mercy. And the mother, with just that beautiful motherly wisdom, says back to him, if he deserved it, it wouldn't be mercy. There you have it, folks. Because I'm thinking, oh, please have me, he doesn't deserve mercy. That's totally the kind of thing I would say. But that's because I'm thinking about mercy in terms of justice. Justice is he doesn't deserve it. You have to do something to earn it, and then you'll get what you earned. Thing is, what this guy earned was death, according to French law. And he knew it. And that's what he signed up for. He was like, oh, I'm just a victim. It's like, no, I knew that would be the consequence if I left the army. He took a huge risk and it didn't pay off. It wasn't the wisest move in the world. So under justice, he deserved death. Mercy is something completely different. Mercy is undeserved kindness. The word grace sometimes in the New Testament, it's the same sort of a thing, like this undeserved gift. I think if we really understand the holiness of God, like if God is God, if he's like for real, God of the universe, the Holy One, the perfect one without any fault, and deserves perfection, in his justice deserves all good things. And anything falling short in justice is not what he is due, because he created us for nothing. What does he deserve? Everything. He deserves my life. He deserves my will. He deserves my worship. He deserves all my possessions. I don't even own them. They're all his. That's just logical under justice, whereas how he treats us is actually under mercy, and that mercy was unleashed through the sacrifice of Jesus. It became visible, the heart of God, the merciful heart of God, not the just heart of God. Because actually it says in Romans that his justice is also revealed in Jesus, because his justice was unleashed upon Jesus. And then we need to come under Jesus and be in Jesus so that what he paid off, the impossible debt he paid off for us, that we can receive that gift. Why? Because he's just merciful. If they deserved it, it wouldn't be mercy. Guys, if you can earn your way into heaven, it's like, oh, I just need to be a little bit better. I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to feed these poor people and then it'll all be grand and that'll cancel my infinite debts to God. Nope. We don't have a high enough sense of God's holiness. And because we don't have a high enough sense of his majesty and his holiness, we just don't get sin. We just kind of think sin, it's just this little cute thing. It's just a little thing. I was just a mess up. I'll just say sorry and we'll be grand. Under justice, no, that doesn't work. Doesn't work, guys. Completely illogical. What we want always is mercy, but how we often think about things is justice. We have this funny way, especially when I'm thinking about myself, unless I'm full of self-hatred, I'm usually very, very merciful to myself. I give myself another chance. Towards other people, often I'm the opposite, or some people are the other way around. But we kind of mix these two things up and not realizing these really have to be balanced, and we can't balance them, guys. We can't just fix it. And it's really tempting to want a religion that, I can just do the work and that'll fix it. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, you're a Catholic, don't Catholics think that way? I'm like, well, we shouldn't. We shouldn't think it's like, oh, I'll just go to confession and say my penance and I'll be grand. Guys, confession is simply a work of his mercy. He doesn't have to forgive us, and he just does. And it's not me earning anything. It's me coming as a little child with trust and saying, oh my gosh, I messed up again. I don't deserve it, but would you please give me your mercy? And he says, of course, I will give you my mercy. Of course, you're my child, come home. And this is the heart of God. It's hard to understand. Our nature doesn't like it. We don't want to admit that we could have done something that's infinitely wrong. Evil. I don't want to say that. I don't want to admit that. But hiding from the truth doesn't make it go away. It is what it is. And reducing God or increasing God, or, it's like, I just want to know who God truly is and his heart. And yes, I want his mercy, but what does that actually look like? Anyway, there you go. There's some slightly meandering thoughts on justice and mercy. And folks, let's just say, am I actually operating out of a place of justice in my head? Am I actually thinking, I just need to do X, Y, and Z. I just need to fix myself up and then I'll be worthy. I just need to do this thing and that thing and then I'll be okay with God. Or am I actually coming to him with an understanding of mercy? I don't deserve it. I don't deserve this. But I'm just trusting you and I'm asking you, please have mercy on me. And to do that in Jesus, because it's only because of what he did that we can access this mercy. So there you go. That's the crack. Anyway, hope that's helpful. If you catch yourself in the justice thing, open your heart up to the mercy. And if you're just in the mercy thing and you've got no concept of the justice, well, we need that too, because otherwise we don't really have any need to repent, do we? Lovely folks. God bless you. Hope that's helpful. Bye.